10 Pillars of Wealth by Alex Becker actually does an incredible job at making a pretty hard to refute case that actually running a business is more secure than having a job. And it was really helpful for me because I was like, am I crazy? Like, I really don't feel like having a normal job is that secure. Now, granted, I grew up in a fairly entrepreneurial home. I had a dad who was an entrepreneur, a mother who was supportive from the beginning, and they saw these things. But no matter how supportive your family is, it doesn't actually matter if, a bunch of your friends and the culture at large has a hard time understanding why you're trying to do what you're trying to do. So it gave me a lot of ammunition to really understand, why running a business is good. And it's kind of, if I'm completely honest, it's a pretty immature book. It starts off by talking about his buddy who has a porn website. Literally the first word in the introduction is the word porn. And I was like, that's a little weird, but I kept reading and, there's some really solid points to be made. And Alex Becker's, gone on to found a handful of businesses that have done really well. And I look up to him as an internet marketer, but he just talks about look, there's really only 10 things you have to consider. And he makes this one point, if you work a 9 to 5, you're not in control of the variables, right? You may or may not get fired. Something they can downsize. The market could shift. And, trying to find a job is actually harder than making a few sales online if you know what it takes to make sales. The idea of working a 9 to 5 is actually just a total lie that's been sold to the American people, and he breaks it down. It's pretty fascinating stuff.